Happy 4th of July. Once again, I don't think this angle is much better than the previous angle. It's a little bit better. Once again, my phone that I used to record had a catastrophic failure, and now I'm having to use my Amazon Fire tablet, and I don't know where to look, so it's probably looking like I'm, like I said before, looking off into outer space. Like my Mothra, I need my comfort object for this one. The Proud to Be an American by Lee Greenwood, I think, which is playing in the background right now. When I was a kid, I used to just I love that song. And I felt like a patriot, because that's what kids do. I mean, you get indoctrinated standing up and pledging the flag every day before kindergarten starts. And of course, the more and more that I got older and learned more things, I started realizing more and more things that are terrible about this country and are not good. And I lived through so many things I don't have time to list. I'm just going to pop them off the top of my head. I originally was writing a script for this, and I decided no script. No script. I remember the gasoline crisis, and then I remember the assassination attempt of Reagan. Did I say that? And then I remember the Iran-Contra thing and the cocaine for guns, and I remember the Desert Storm, Gulf War. I can't remember what order those were in. And then I remember the 20 Years' War, the 9/11, all of that, Trump getting elected, all of that. And I thought, okay. I wasn't okay with it. That's not what I'm trying to say, but like, I can deal with it mentally, and I can deal with it and get on with my life. And then we had the whole coronavirus and all the lockdowns and how everything was ridiculous then, all these conspiracy theories and all these school shootings and what's his face, InfoWars guy, whatever, like going on and saying that's fake, and like now he's getting sued into oblivion, and I'm so happy of that. I honestly think the coronavirus rotted some people's brains. I honestly do. I think it gave them mental damage. So like I had said in a post I did on this page I follow, that I could see the writing on the wall years ago that Roe v. Wade was going to be overturned. And it wasn't because there were an extreme number of abortions going on at that time. It wasn't that. Here's how I knew. Let me just hold me a minute. I gotta have a stick to shake. And my comfort object. So I never wanted children, like never. Like even when I was a little kid, I make the baby doll my patient with my little doctor kit, or like I'm the teacher and I put up the little classroom, put up all my dolls and stuffed animals and like the potted plant, and I put like goggly eyes on it, and so I have a class full of students, and there was always one named Mandy who was a troublemaker. I don't know why Mandy sounded like a troublemaking name, but it did. So I never even pretended to be a mother with my dolls. So I never wanted children. And I never got pregnant. And in 2018, I had severe health problems due to fibroids, and I got a hysterectomy. So I don't have to worry about getting knocked up anymore, because apparently you can get knocked up to your 60, and that's terrifying to me. I'm 50. But I was in child free by choice groups that I ended up leaving because so many of the members got just extremely toxic in it, and I can't deal with that. The members, not the trolls. But some of these social media groups were public, so anybody could see them. So then the white supremacist, like patriarchy trolls would come in there and make just derogatory comments, primarily the women, because there were men and women child-free in these groups. Primarily the women. what was said to me is just atrocious. These thinly veiled threats and wishing I would get, and maybe I'm going to go ahead and say trigger warning for this, wishing I would get raped to death, or wishing I would get burned to death, or wishing I would get flayed alive, or wishing that my husband would die. And I'm like, what is going on? What is the one thing in common all these commenters had? They were white. And as you can see, so am I. I'm actually really, really pale. I've got green eyes. My hair is like chestnut-ish color. My eyes are true green. I have to put on SPF 100. They thought I was a race traitor for not reproducing for the Caucasians, because there's this fear-mongering that started, I don't know how, way back when, but it's continuing through today, that the white race is going to go extinct. This is how ridiculous these people are. So I saw the writing on the walls about Roe v. Wade. But of course, when that got turned over is when I started getting like super physically sick about this country. And I'm like, okay. Then they're coming after the birth control. So then, this thing called Project 2025. And then the states putting measures into place to try to end a no-fault divorce. The 10 Commandments getting put up in schools. Didn't we go to 2 whole-ass wars? The Independence War and World War II. To firstly get away from the crown and the Catholic Church. Freedom of religion. Freedom to govern ourselves. Freedom to make our own decisions. Then fighting off fascists and Nazis that now the leaders of this country want to turn it into things that we fought to destroy, into a Christian fascist state. You know, like I said, I'm 50 and I've been broken up with by friends, boyfriends, and like somebody died, like Chris Cornell, that was so inspirational to me, or like I broke this thing that I cherished as a childhood. It finally just shattered into 100 pieces, but not until now have I understood what heartbreak feels like, because my heart is broken. Okay, see you later.